Hello students. Today we will continue our fifth chapter, Separation of Substances, Part 2. In this session, our topic includes sedimentation, decantation, filtration, loading, evaporation, use of more than one method of separation, and solubility. It is not always possible to separate components of a mixture by simple methods like hand picking and winnowing. This is especially true if the mixture consists of a solid and a liquid. These methods are used to separate insoluble solids from liquids. Sedimentation is the process in which the heavier particles of an insoluble solid settle down in a liquid. You already learned all these methods in the lower classes. So let us see what is sedimentation in detail. Sedimentation allows the separation of undissolved solid particles from a liquid. If sand is added to a beaker containing water and left undisturbed for some time, sand being heavier than water settles at the bottom of the beaker. This undissolved part which settles at the bottom of the liquid is called the sediment. You can see the picture. In this picture, here mixture of a substance is given, right? Here suppose this is the mixture of sand and water. After keeping this mixture undisturbed for some time, what will happen? Yes, the heavier particles will settle down at the bottom of the beaker, and that particles are called sediment, and the process is called sedimentation. Look at the point once more. What is sediment? The undissolved part which settles at the bottom of the liquid is called the sediment. And here picture you see, sediment will settle at the bottom of the beaker. Okay. Now what is the process called? The process is called sedimentation, and sedimentation is the process in which heavier substances that do not dissolve in a liquid settle at the bottom of the container, forming the sediment. Okay, and this separation usually done to separate insoluble solids from liquids. Next is decantation. To decant means to gradually pour off liquid from one container to the another without disturbing the sediment. Okay, decantation is a method of separating a liquid from a solid by gradually pouring off the liquid from one container to another without disturbing the sediment. And once more I will tell you, the pouring out of clear liquid. This is the liquid and sediment is, you can see the sediment settle at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, we are pouring this liquid into the another beaker without disturbing the sediment. That process is called decantation. For example, we can separate two immiscible liquids like oil and water by the process of sedimentation and decantation. If a mixture of two such liquids is allowed to stand for some time, they form two separate layers. We can then separate the top layer carefully by decantation. That's about decantation. Next one is filtration. It is another method of removing suspended impurities from a liquid. Filtration is a process by which an insoluble solid is removed from a liquid by allowing the liquid to pass through the filter paper or muslin cloth. A filter paper is a filter having very fine holes which allows water to flow but not sand or mud. What is filter paper? Filter paper is here. You all know about the filter paper. What is it? A filter paper is a filter having very fine holes which allow water to flow but not sand or mud. You must have seen your mother preparing tea at home, right? What does she do after the tea is ready? She pours the tea through a strainer. The tea leaves remain in the strainer whereas the tea flows out into the cup. Here the strainer does the work of a filter. We can use a piece of muslin cloth, cotton or a filter paper as filters. Fruit juices are usually filtered through a cloth to remove the seeds and solid particles before drinking. You must have seen muslin cloth at home. When ghee is prepared from butter or cream, your mother must be using a muslin cloth to filter the pure ghee. Paneer is made from milk by adding lemon juice, curd, acid boils. The paneer is then separated by filtering the mixture through a fine cotton cloth or through a strainer. We use water filters to remove solid impurities from drinking water. We use a ceramic porous pot as a filter. All these are the method of filtration. So what is filtration? Filtration is a method of separating an insoluble solid from a liquid by passing the mixture through a porous device. Loading. This method is not given in your textbook, but you must have a knowledge about this method. Okay. At times a liquid contains extremely small insoluble particles. Sometimes liquid contains fine particles. Such particles remain suspended in the liquid and take a long time to settle. Filtering such a mixture is a slow process because the tiny insoluble particles block the pores of a filtering device. The suspended particles from a mixture can be separated quickly by a process called loading. Loading can be observed by adding alum to water containing fine soil particles. See the picture of alum here. This is the alum. Alum is available in grocery shops. You will get alum in the grocery shop. What is the duty of alum here? The alum particles attach themselves to the soil particles suspended in the water. Alum attached to the soil particles that is suspended in the water. This makes the soil particles heavy and they quickly settle at the bottom. Alum, when added to a mixture of sand and water, speeds up the process of sedimentation. So, alum is a process of separating suspended particles from a mixture with the help of, loading. Loading is a process of separating suspended particles from a mixture with the help of a substance that binds to the suspended particles. You can see alum is put inside this beaker and some of the fine sand particles will get attached to the alum and settle at the bottom of the beaker. In all the examples, we separated various components which are not soluble in water. Evaporation is used to separate solids dissolved in a liquid. The process of conversion of water into water vapor on heating is called evaporation. Evaporation of water takes place continuously wherever it is present. This method is used on a large scale to get salt from seawater. The same method is used to get salt from seawater. The seawater is allowed to stand in shallow pits. Water gets heated up by sunlight and slowly changes into water vapors. The solid salt is left behind. The salt is further purified. So evaporation, what is evaporation? Evaporation is the process of changing a liquid into gas is called evaporation. Heat and wind help in the evaporation of water. It is not always possible to separate substances by using just one method. For example, to separate a mixture of oil, water and fine sand particles, we have to first separate oil by the process of decantation. Fine soil particles then can be separated by the process of filtration. Here, two methods are used, decantation and filtration. Next is about solubility. This is a new topic for you. Listen carefully. First of all, we must know what is solute, solvent and what is solution. Okay. When we add a teaspoon of sugar to a glass of water and stir it, the sugar disappears in water. This is because sugar gets dissolved or mixed or completely in water. The substance that gets dissolved is called the solute. Suppose this is the sugar and what is it called? It is called solute. The substance in which something gets dissolved is called the solvent. This is solvent. Water. Example, water. The mixture of a solute and a solvent is called a solution. Solute plus solvent, we get solution. For example, salt plus water, we get salt solution. Substances may be soluble or insoluble in a liquid. Soluble substances are those that get dissolved in a liquid. For example, salt and sugar are soluble in water. Like that, insoluble substances are those that do not get dissolved in a liquid. For example, sand and chalk are insoluble in water. So, now you understood what is solute, solvent and solution. Now, listen carefully. Take some water in a tumbler at room temperature. Add a teaspoon of common salt and stir. Add a teaspoon of salt into it and stir. The salt will easily dissolve. We all know that salt will easily dissolve. Keep on adding more of the salt and stir it well. Keep on adding salt and stir it well. The added salt will continue to dissolve. It will continue to dissolve. When a solution can dissolve some more of the solute, it is called unsaturated solution. If we can dissolve more of the solute, and that solution is called unsaturated solution. Now, if you go on adding salt, a time will come when it will not be possible to dissolve any more of the salt even with repeated and vigorous stirring. If we add more salt into the beaker, a time will come that when it will not be possible to dissolve any more of the salt even with repeated and vigorous stirring. The undissolved salt will settle at the bottom of the tumbler. Such a solution in which no more of the solute can be dissolved is called a saturated solution. A solution in which no more of the solute can be dissolved is called a saturated solution. So, here look at the picture. Unsaturated solution. More solute dissolved. Here we can add more solute and it will dissolve. All the solute will dissolve. What is saturated solute? No more solute dissolve. If we add more, for example, if we add more and more salt, it will not dissolve. There is a time that will come when it will not be possible to dissolve. That is saturated solution. And what is solubility here? The maximum amount of solute which is needed to make a saturated solution in a given liquid is called a solubility. Solubility is, what is solubility? Solubility of a substance is the amount of substance that dissolves in a given amount of solvent at a particular temperature. Solubility of a substance is the amount of substance that dissolves in a given amount of solvent at a particular temperature. That's about this unsaturated solution, saturated solution and solubility. We have completed this lesson. Thank you.